Moving into the month of December, the third round of the North Carolina High School Athletic Association state football playoffs get underway on Friday night. Hey everybody, Joe Katz here from PortCityDaily.com. We have one local football team remaining as the Hoggard Vikings are riding a 6-game winning streak. They'll head westbound on 74-76 for a date with top-seeded Scotland County in the 4A playoffs, 7:30 Friday night. We'll have a full game preview at PortCityDaily.com. But here today, joining me to my right, your left, is the head coach of the Laney Buccaneers. Just wrapped up his third season, Ashaad Yeoman. Guided the Bucs to their first playoff win since 2011, and he's standing here with me today. We're going to break down the Hoggard Scotland County contest. The winner will advance to the 4A East Regional. Final four in the state will be secured coming up following Friday's contests across the state. So Coach Yeoman, thanks for joining me here inside our office and studio here on 93.7, 106.3 The Dude. We're located inside the atrium, right behind the McDonald's on Eastwood Road and Military Cutoff Road, right at the intersection. That big brick building with all the glass windows, that's where our office is Local Voice Media, 93.7 The Dude, 98.3 The Penguin, and of course PortCityDaily.com. So Coach, one, congratulations again on a great season so far. You've had a couple of days to kind of let the end of the year sink in, but as you kind of reflect on what you saw from your team, senior-laden bunch, especially on the defensive side of the football, what are some of your thoughts now that you've been able to maybe cool down and let the just the emotions settle from the season-ending setback this past week?
Well, it's been great, thinking about all the process that it had to take to get to that point, I'm just excited about next season and building on what those guys have done. Like I said, in the offseason last year, we brought in a lot of those seniors and kind of talked to those guys about what it took to be great football players, and they took to it, and now it's a matter of transferring that message to these guys and trying to keep this thing going in the right direction.
Couple of guys that may be playing some football on the next level. Congratulations to Eli Boone, your senior defensive back, was offered this past week by Fayetteville State. I know after you are done filming here today, you're going to go meet up with a number of other college recruiting coaches. So it's good to see not only you doing some things on the football field here at the high school level, but some of your players getting recognized to potentially play at the next level.
Yeah, and that's what it's all about, man. Trying to get these kids prepared for the next level and giving them an opportunity to possibly further their education. And that's the big thing, is just getting them prepared for the college level. So
I know you put in a lot of time in what you do, and I know the kids have put in a lot of time getting through 13 weeks of the season, being at your gym before practice every week, seeing what the guys do in the weight room and then on the practice field. So I know that you have the Laney football program headed in the right direction. So congratulations on that. And let's get over the cusp next year. Before we talk about Hoggard and New Hanover, maybe let's beat Hoggard and New Hanover next year for the Bucs maybe to move up in the division rankings.
Yeah, sounds good, man. We'll see what we can do.
All right, well, thank you for stopping by today as we break down the Hoggard and Scotland County game. Hoggard riding a 6-game winning streak. They've got two 1,000-yard backs in Ashaad Wallace and Tony Allen. Josh Jones, the junior quarterback, has a ton of experience behind center, but Hoggard's going to go to an environment come Friday night, an environment they haven't seen yet. Yeah, they went on the road in Durham Hillside and picked up a win. Yeah, they went to Greenville, got a victory over J.H. Rose, but Scotland County is a different beast in its own. That entire county will be at the football game come Friday night. So, Coach, you were up the road in Wake Forest just this past week. So what's the atmosphere like when you head into a third-round playoff game, playing yourself at a high level, going towards the state championship? When you were in high school, we get to this level in the third round against a team like Scotland County. What is it like getting off the bus and taking the field for a third-round matchup?
Oh, man, it's huge. And like you said, like the fans, they're going to come out and be rowdy, and it's a matter of those kids just focusing in on their job and not the atmosphere so much, and not letting the environment be too much for them. So, but it's exciting for those kids, to be at this point, and that's what they've been working for since the offseason.
You've seen Hoggard obviously up close and personal. You know Coach Underwood. You played against Coach Underwood at Hoggard. What does Hoggard present a challenge maybe for Scotland County, especially that offense? Has been putting on some big numbers as of late. They've been clicking. You've kind of contained those Vikings when they were at your house during the regular season. What do you see from Hoggard on film, and how do you think Scotland County's defense has to prepare to stymie the Hoggard Vikings offense?
Well, obviously a good defense is a good offense. So if they can keep those guys off the field and keep the drives going, that's going to be big for them. Obviously, they do a great job running the ball because they got 2,000-yard rushing guys. So it's a matter of ball control and keeping that offense off the field and seeing if they can keep some drives going. And that's going to be big up front. And then, like we talked about, looking at some of the things that they do offensively, They like the sprint course, which is big for them to get that edge and kind of hook up with the guy running the out route, out and up. So it's going to be a matter of how is Scotland County going to, defend that, sprint course, just to kind of stop those guys and get them off field in third down situations or second and long situations.
Also, Hoggard is a team that can spread the ball out. Not only do they have the two big running backs in Wallace and Allen, Josh Jones can move the ball on the ground, but then they also have a group of wide receivers that can catch the ball, not just one, but they've got 3 or 4 possession type of receivers, one that can stretch the field, the other ones that can pick up key yardage on third down situations. So they're going to run a ton of different types of formations. So how important is it for Scotland County to be able to recognize what Hoggard wants to bring to you on the offensive side?
Oh, and you're completely correct on that. One of the things we talked about was the massive formations that they run. Now, what they're trying to do is they're trying to outnumber you at the point of attack. So I'm wondering how Scotland's going to adjust their defensive front, how they're going to adjust those linebackers to, account for the number situation. And they also have a great quarterback that also runs the ball on the power offense. So it's going to be big on how is these two coaches going to come together and figure out how they're going to stop each other.
Let's flip the field for the Vikings. They've got a tall task. Yeah, they've put up a ton of numbers on the offensive side, and they're going to probably have to do that if they hope to advance to the 4A East Regional in a couple of weeks. But with that said, Scotland County brings a guy in, Zamir White, just a junior. This guy has over 1,200 yards rushing, 19 touchdowns this season, reportedly getting looks from Division I Power 5 conference football programs, including Ohio State. Zamir White is a guy that, one, you have to key on, but go along with Saheem McQueen, a sophomore running back, and their quarterback, Sergio Gibson. This is a 3-headed monster. Scotland County is not going to disguise much what they're going to do. They're going to line up and expect their playmakers to make big plays. So if you're on the Hoggard defensive side, if you're Coach Underwood, how do you attack an explosive offense that Scotland County is going to bring to the field?
I'd say numbers, man. Just getting those hats to the ball, because obviously they got some good talent there. So it's going to take a complete effort on that defensive side. So the more numbers that they can get to the ball, get that guy down on the ground, it's going to be huge for them. So they're going to have to do that the whole game. But again, in order for them to stay rested, they're going to have to keep that offense on the field and allow their defense to get some rest.
So good long possessions, converting on third down, getting off to a good start. I think we kind of jumped past that. When you're on the road, you did it last week against Wake Forest. How important is it for your offense maybe to sustain a couple of drives early, and then your defense to get off the field quickly to maybe put that favorite type team, the team that's favorite to win on their home turf, to put them kind of on their heels and say, oh man, we got to buckle up our chin straps because this is going to be a big game?
Well, they're going to have to do that anyway, and they're going to face a lot of adversity. So it's going to be, how are those kids going to come through those adverse situations? Are they going to get down and out, or are they going to keep fighting for 4 quarters? I mean, they've done well up to this point, so it's going to come down to mentality.
Laney head coach Ashaad Yeoman stopping by our studios here at the Atrium, right off the corner of Military Cutoff Road and Oleander Drive. We're inside the Dude Studio, 93.7 and 106.3 FM. The Penguin banging some music right behind us, 98.3. And of course, I'm Joe Katz from PortCityDaily.com. Thanks a lot, Coach Yeoman, for stopping by. It was real fun breaking down what should be a good contest for Hoggard and Scotland County. At this point, it's anybody's ball game, I think. You throw the cards out. It's about making plays on Friday night, and the lights will be shining big in Scotland County.
Yep, we'll see who shows up, so it's going to be exciting.
Coach, thanks again for stopping by. Congratulations on a good season. Good luck to your senior student athletes that are looking to continue their education and athletic career on the next level.
Yes, sir.
Coach Ashaad Yeoman from the Laney Bucks breaking down the Hoggard Vikings matchup on the road at Scotland County for a third-round playoff matchup coming your way 7:30 Friday night. I'll have a full game preview at PortCityDaily.com along with game highlights, photos, and a recap from Friday night's contest in Laurinburg.